This is the question everyone keeps asking. Has Bitcoin really bottomed? BTC has been in a bear market since October 2025 when it topped out. A lot of people didn't believe that Bitcoin had topped out at $126,000. I was one of them. I mean, I knew it was coming. It was a month earlier than I expected. But even so, it didn't really hit my expectations. And also, to be fair, a lot of the top signals didn't flash at the top of the 2025 bull market, even though the 2025 year was a top year, like I've been saying. I've been seeing this question a lot. Has Bitcoin really bottomed out? And a lot of people are gloating. They're saying you should be buying now, you should be buying here. But should you? Why? Just because Bitcoin topped on apathy, is it going to be bottoming on apathy? What signals are really valid and useful for identifying a market bottom? That's actually the question I want to answer. And that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. I know this is different from the daily crypto market update, but this video is going to be one of the most important videos that you watch right now. So close your other tabs, put your phone on do not disturb mode. And if you're watching on your phone, don't do that because you're watching on your phone. Let's get into this. So first, we're going to focus on the past. I'm sorry I'll have to pop in and out in this video because this beautiful website that Betty, my Hermes bot, made for me, there's text that I'm overlapping on top of, and that's not so helpful. So goodbye. So here's the idea. First, we need to focus on the past. We can only do as much as we can with what has happened in the past. And that's why I believe BTC has been in a bear market, because Bitcoin follows a very cyclical nature, a very cyclical pattern. So we're going to begin with each indicator's historical bottom target. Every chart hides the present. As we go on here, you're going to see, so that way we will reveal without kind of giving into your bias what's going to be happening next. And as the present is revealed, the question stays the same. Has this metric reached the kind of stress and capitulation levels that has reliably marked the last several Bitcoin market bottoms? And we're going to be looking at 10 indicators, 10 charts today, but one additional one at the very, very, very end. That one's a surprise. We're going to be looking at all these charts in relation to what's available to us on GlassNode, ASOPR, LTH Nupal, MVRV. I'm not going to read all this stuff for you guys because this site is actually linked in the description below. So you can actually look at all this data on your own time and you can refresh yourself with it later after you watch this video. Stay with me in the video though, but you can access this for free later. This site's too good not to share. So one thing to understand, tops can change. Capitulation though leaves a much clearer mark. We know, trust me, top signals in the year, especially with CoinGlass, and even measuring market cycle because of cycle degradation, we know that top signals aren't really topping out as much as they used to back in 2017, back in 2013, back in 2011 was the next previous rally. But the interesting thing is that even though we haven't had consistent top signals, every single bear market has had extraordinarily clear bottom signals. It's actually way more reliable to identify a capitulation on a lot of these, if not all of these charts that I'm going to show you, compared to identifying a top signal. You don't believe me, and that's why I have all the data ready to share with you. So we're going to look at ASOPR first. We're not going to focus on all of the math about all the definitions and all that stuff. That's why you guys have access to the site, which is why you can't read this too much. We're going to be focusing on this though. This is actually the chart for ASOPR that was taken as a screenshot today, August 13th. And for all of you that are complaining, wait, it's not August 13th. I know. I film these videos in advance because I don't want to do a live video for you on Sunday because everyone deserves a day off. So do I. But that means that everyone in the Better Traders Club already got access to this video way before you. And to be honest, they're the ones that are in the know about all this. It's all of you on YouTube that are super late. Got to leave something for the club people, right? Here's the crazy thing. You can clearly see here that we've had several very clear bottoms and very clear tops with ASOPR. So looking at the past, does this give us a good idea of what to expect for the future? Well, if we look at where we are today, are we anywhere near the kind of a trough or the trough that we were in the past in late 2022, in late 2018, in late 2015? Nope, not at all. So no, we're not there yet. Okay, well, that's just one. Well, let's look at the long-term holder Nupal score. Have long-term holders been pushed into aggregate unrealized loss? I like the Nupal score. I think it's great. So looking over here at our previous crazy capitulation signs here. 2011, way below zero. 2015, way below zero. 2018, way below zero. 2022, way below zero. And yes, this is what I was talking about before. Yes, trust me, I know. We have not seen these top signals be as reliable as they were in the past. But we did go into our greed zone up here, but it was early. It was over here in late 2024 in December, way ahead of our actual market top. Kind of like what happened back over here in 2021, where we topped out basically in March, but in November, we actually topped out, well, indicator-wise, we topped out in March 2021. 2021, and then we topped out about 8 months later in November. So it's kind of interesting that we're seeing a similar thing, top signals flashing in December 2024, if I'm not mistaken, and then topping out 10 months later in October. It's interesting. But even though you can clearly see the highs aren't as high anymore, we definitely got our flush a lot lower, and we are nowhere near that right now, not even close. So no, MVRV ratio, looking at market extremes. I really like this chart. It's a newer one to me. Not only is it helpful for the MVRV ratio, it's also helpful for realized price, which we're going to look at as well. It's like a 2-for-1. You can see all of this green, all of this blue that's down here, 2022, 2018, 2015, 2011. We even have some nice spikes and highs. How are we looking now from 2024 on? Well, believe it or not, we had some clear topping signals. Most people wouldn't consider it a top, but March 2024, top. December 2024, top, according to this. And then by the time we hit about July 2025, then we're starting to see 2 more tops, but you'll notice no green, no blue, no signal. MVRV Z-score, very clearly evident that in the past we saw some crazy spikes when Bitcoin is still a very young and immature market. But look, we saw all of these capitulation zones below zero, again, the same times, 2011, 2015, 2018, 2022. So did we hit that same super euphoric market top this time? Not even close. But are we getting close to actually hitting our capitulation zone this time? We are. We're actually really close to it. Not there yet, though. Net unrealized profit and loss, or the Nupal score. Again, we can see the same signs that we have some very strong levels of capitulation. And looking at our current day, no, we haven't even gone below zero yet. No. If we move on to the Puel multiple, which has been a very long-standing, very reliable indicator, showing us where miners are in a moment of stress, again, 2011, 2015, 2018, 2022. And it does mark market tops, although 2021, it never hit our euphoria zone, I guess you could say. And same thing that in 2025, never even got close to that zone. We are getting closer, though, to miners being in a very stressful position, but not there yet. Realized total ratio. Again, the highs are not as high anymore, but you can clearly see that our cycle floors are very much hitting this capitulation zone over and over and over again. How are we looking so far? Close, but we're not there yet. We still have a little bit farther to go. Are you starting to understand why in my videos that I keep saying, well, I know it feels like a bottom, but we haven't bottomed out yet? the beautiful thing about using GlassNode, and this is not, I don't have a link for GlassNode. I don't really care about it. It's neither here nor there. But one of the nice things about fundamental charts like this is that it's not based off of price. It's looking at so many other factors, which is why this is such an important part of my weekly market analysis video that I do for the Better Traders Club. It's why we always start with this stuff to review it, because it helps us and it reminds us where are we? Where are we really right now, and where could we be going next? So no, we're not there yet for realized total ratio. Realized price. Realized price, we wait for the price to go below cost basis, which happened in 2011, happened over here in 2015, and in 2014, happened over here in 2018, happened in 2022, multiple times over. Are we there yet? Nope. That price right now, by the way, is just below $53,000. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that my next lower artificial support target for BTC is 49K, which is below the realized price, which is actually going to be a great area to start accumulating once BTC drops down there. So have we hit the realized price yet? Are we below cost basis? And again, very reliably, we've seen this happen over and over. And by the way, this is 8 out of 10 charts so far. I know they fly by. Percent supply in profit. Now, how much of the circulating supply is still sitting above its acquisition price? This has been a pretty reliable indicator to show us when there are extreme moments of fear where percent supply in profits well below 50%, which happened in 2011, 2015, 2018, 2022. And when it's been above 95%, which is basically when the price of BTC is making a new all-time high. So how are we looking? Well, this indicator actually did an amazing job showing us every single time we were getting close to making a new all-time high. And this is one of the few that actually flashed a bottom signal. 1 of 10 so far. 1 of 10. Last but not least, the seller exhaustion constant has volatility and realized loss compressed into seller exhaustion. Again, we've seen some pretty good drops in here, and we'll see drops throughout the market as well, not just in the bottom here. There'll be crashes and flash crash moments that happened back in March 2023 when all of those crypto banks were attacked by the Fed, most likely by the United States, to force people to basically close up shop, get out of the US. That was fun. When Circle's USDC coin dropped down and depegged from $1 down to 90 cents, then it went right back up. Great trade. That actually was a seller exhaustion constant alert telling us that there's an amazing dip buy opportunity. The COVID crash also got really close, but not quite there. Actually, it shot up. But this is also another indicator that has flashed a bottom signal, and it's still going lower. And we've looked at 10 charts. There's actually a couple I'm not sharing with you guys because I got to leave something for the club members. So you're telling me that 2 out of 10 bottom signals have flashed. So there's a 20% chance out of these charts, again, not showing you everything, that we've bottomed out. It's not really good chances considering the fact that 2022, 2018, 2015, 2011, we've had some very reliable bottom signals. If not all of them, unanimously were flashing bottom signals. Did you pick up on that, by the way? When you look at the site, you'll notice that every single of one of these indicators, they all hit capitulation zones, all 10 of them. And we're celebrating right now about 2. Just 2. Now, here's the thing. Data doesn't lie, doesn't care about your feelings. It's just showing you the truth. 2 charts say the bottom's in and 8 are still waiting. The percent supply and profit and seller exhaustion have entered their historical bottom zones. Hooray! But everything else is not yet. That's evidence of real stress, but not the broad capitulation that accompanied prior cycle lows. Now, I know what you're thinking. Let me go ahead and just say this for you. But Aaron, this time is different. Wait, this time is different? This time is different? When did I last hear this time is different? Oh, that's right. Back in 2025 in October, where everyone is saying Bitcoin is going to go to $500,000. Novogratz was saying $750,000. We had Tom Lee saying Ethereum is going to go to $20,000. Saylor is saying it's going to go to $1 million. Because, and I quote, this time is different. Really? Really? You're going to play the TTID card on me? This time is really different. Really? This time is different? It's not different. You're just not learning the lesson. That's all. And it's okay. It takes a couple cycles to bend and bow to the 4-year cycle. So reason why it's called a cycle and why it works. So yes, out of these 10 charts, and again, I'm not showing you everything, 2 have flashed bottom signals. Okay. So this actually is one of the most convincing charts for me. And this is the one I keep talking about in my videos too. I don't think a lot of you guys still get it, which is okay. What is the simplest question? The simplest question is, how far has Bitcoin actually fallen from its most recent all-time high? Back in October 2025, Bitcoin cracked above $126,000. It was a very exciting time. It was very, very exciting, okay? The problem, though, is that every prior macro bottom, as it says here very eloquently, came with a deeper scar. Well, actually, the scar reduced. It healed over time. Time heals all wounds, I guess you could say. We know that as a new market emerges, the run-ups are going to be incredible, and so will the drawdown. As time continues to go by, we're going to see a reduction in terms of the cycle's run-up, which is very true for BTC, and also the drawdown. As you can see, this pink extreme line right here showing us the price drawdown from all-time high. Back in 2011, it was about 92% drawdown. 2015, about 84%. 2018, about 83% drawdown. 2022, about 77% drawdown. The deepest it's actually gotten, well, right now it's at 50%, but the deepest we've seen in terms of drawdown from the most recent all-time high, 54%. So again, you're telling me we went from 92, 84, 83, 77 to 54%? Really? Really? Oh, that's right. TTID. This time, it's different. I'm being a little bit snarky because I have every right to be snarky because I've been telling you guys over and over, 2026, it's a bottom year. There's a reason, a very obvious reason why I've been saying that over and over. There's a very obvious reason why I kept warning you, take profits, protect profit. Make sure to use a stop loss to protect your positions in profit. Take a little bit of profit as the price goes up in 2025. Why? Because 2025 was our top year. Plain and simple. So, the conclusion. Stress is visible. Markets are definitely stressed out, but I still feel like we haven't even seen remotely enough pain yet. But capitulation is obviously not complete at all. So it's not necessarily about Bitcoin just has to fall because it's what it has to do. It's just that we haven't satisfied the requirements of a bear market yet. And I know it's like, well, we don't have to this time. Oh, that's right, because TTID, this time is different. Nope, sorry. You can't use that card in crypto. You really can't. And the moment you start thinking that is when you should play the Uno reverse card and go, crap, this time isn't different. This time is the same as last time. Yes, we have 2 confirmed bottom signals. Amazing. It's really actually very good. I'm not being facetious there. I'm happy. We still have 8 out of the ones that I've shared with you so far that have not been confirmed. And we actually have 9 because the price check tells us that we haven't seen enough drawdown yet. By the way, BTC falling down to $49,000, I think it would be about 66% drawdown, if I'm not mistaken. No, 69% drawdown. That's going to be $38,555, which is my low ball target. $49,000. I think that one's around 60-ish%, if I'm not mistaken. We still have a little ways to go. So until more evidence converges, I do not believe the bottom is in. The good news, though, is that everyone in the club, like I told you, they already got access to this video. And it's not just this video that they're getting access to. They're getting access to all of the alpha, all of the content that I am sharing with you guys on YouTube. They're actually getting way more of it in the club in the form of videos, market analysis, access to indicators, signals, tools, our Oracle bot, monthly watch lists, the trending breakout indicator, the TBO, our DCA backtesters, the better crypto signals. I could literally keep going on and on and on, but I'm not. Join the Better Traders Club. This whole video is not a pitch, by the way, for the Better Traders Club. While it does help to be in the know because you will not be missing out on what's happening next, you'll still get it here on YouTube. I'm going to let you guys know when this stuff happens, but not when it happens like I will with people in the club. The main thing is that Bitcoin will bottom out. It just hasn't yet. When it does, trust me, I am so excited. I am so excited. And I've actually already laid out a game plan for how I think we could start accumulating Bitcoin once it bottoms out. I made that video actually a couple weeks ago. You might have missed it. It's going to pop up right here. This is actually going to complement this video really well because this details how to buy the bottom, how to scale into positions, how to build those positions for long-term accumulation and wealth building. Watch this video next. Until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.